Well, hello everyone, and welcome to my playthrough of Dishonored 2. I cannot tell you guys how eagerly I have been awaiting for this game to come out. If you guys have seen my playthrough of the original game, you guys know how much I absolutely love this game. So needless to say, I was very excited and following the release of this game like a hawk, trying to, hear things they would say about it to tell us. And as I kind of anticipated, based on how the first game ended, we are going to be getting a story here that is actually going to require me to do 2 separate playthroughs of this game. Because in Dishonored 2, as you can see, we have our 2 protagonists here. My boy, Corvo Attano, there, as you see, holding his traditional mask. And then the Empress herself, his daughter. Yes, that is now absolutely confirmed that she is Corvo's daughter, not, as well as Jessamine's daughter. So now we get to play as either of them. And from what I have heard, the story has some different aspects to it, as I would expect, when you play as either of them. Not just in terms of the gameplay, but in terms of the story, in terms of their own perspective and commentary. So needless to say, I'm very excited to be playing this, and I actually kind of was a little hesitant to start this playthrough at first. I actually put this off a bit because I was unsure how I wanted to do this. I love Corvo. He's my man. But I'm very interested in our girl here, Emily. How she has grown now from a little girl to a woman, and now as an empress, following in her father's footsteps. She's holding a sword there, so obviously she has, I'm sure, been trained by her father in the ways of, being able to defend yourself. I'm sure taught her everything he knows, except for the stuff that the outsider taught him. But anyway, yeah, needless to say, I'm very excited about this, and I've realized that I'm going to have to do 2 separate playthroughs of this game. One where I play as Emily, and one where I play as Corvo, just to see the different things about the story. The thing I've been trying to figure out, though, is am I going to do both playthroughs as low, or is there really no need for that? Because this early on when a game first comes out, you don't know that many details about, like, what the difference is. And I'm sure I'll find out over time as this playthrough goes on. But, like, I think what I'm considering is that for my first run here, I'm going to be playing as Emily, and it's obviously going to be low chaos, non-lethal. And then maybe when I play as Corvo the second time, instead of also doing it low chaos, non-lethal, maybe that's when we'll see the high chaos version. Because, as I have told people, the first game was drastically different if you played as either low chaos or high chaos, and I expect this game to be the exact same way. So, based on how the story is going, maybe how you would play as Emily would be vastly different compared to how you'd be playing as Corvo, depending on what's happening in the story, of course. So, enough of me jibber-jabbing. Let's get underway here. Campaign slot 1, and easy. To enjoy the scenery and narrative, exploring at a leisurely pace, enemies have limited perception, inflict less damage, and will give up the chase sooner. Elixirs have increased restorative value, and your health regenerates faster. Excuse me. Unfortunately, I have a congested throat at the time I'm recording this. I'm curious what the others say. Friends of Dishonored. Very hard. A brutal experience for highly skilled players. Cover offers less concealment, sound travels farther, and reinforcements show up in greater numbers. Enemies are very perceptive, attack faster, and deal more damage. Elixirs have decreased restorative value. No, thank you. We're doing this on easy, so I can enjoy the story. Yes, let's start with the tutorial, so I can get familiar with the game and its controls. After all, it has been a while since I played the first game. Dunwall, 1837 to 1852. As Emily Caldwin, ruler of the Empire of the Isles, you have numerous enemies. Your father is Lord Corvo Attano, infamous royal protector and spy master. In the years since you took the throne, Corvo has spent many hours training you in the arts of stealth and combat, as I figured he would. Oh, look, tips down here I can check manually. A lot of these I definitely am already familiar with when it comes to the first game. I'll go ahead and just quickly go through these in case you're curious about any of them. Sneaky and listening. Stow weapons. Yep. Military officers, play your way. Alright, let's continue.
I remember training with my father in the years after the rat plague. Someday, he said, our enemies will come for you.
I'm gonna have to look up who her voice actress is. It sounds a little familiar. Ah, I'm back in Dunwall, in the land of Dishonored. Oh, man. Boy, does this feel good, being back in this franchise.
The sounds and smells of Dunwall never change much. This is my city.
Yes, this is our city. Oh, there's Corvo.
What training regimen does Father have in store for me today?
All right, Majesty. Let's see what you can do.
Can I just point out, look, I know he had a voice in the opening trailer or launch day trailer or whatever, but I don't count that because I'm talking about the game within the game itself. Can I just point out, it's a little weird hearing Corvo have a voice. He never said a single word in the entire first game. And now all of a sudden we're going to be hearing him with a full, complete voice. I'm just saying, it's going to be a little weird. And also, we hardly ever saw his face outside of the ending of the game. So we're going to be getting full-on face and voice from Corvo throughout this game here. Crouch. Yep.
I've got to slide under to get through.
Whee! There we go.
Did it.
Come on, Corvo, give me a challenge.
You'll have to sprint, bolt the obstacle, then slide
Nice.
All right. Good.
Chip off the old block.
What's next?
She's like, come on, Dad, give me a challenge. What's next? Halt! Oh. Well, I'm the Empress. Of course I'm authorized personnel. Moving in water, yep. The controls still feel very familiar to me. Ah, yes, climbing up the chains. Yep.
If only I could spend every day running and jumping.
But sadly, I have to actually rule an empire. Boring.
Now let's see how quick my feet are.
Whee!
Come to me.
There we go.
You've learned well. Let's see how quiet you are, young lady.
Huh. Stealth. Yep. Farther away from them, above them. In shadow. Though this matters more at a distance. Yep.
I want you to sneak up on me. If you can.
Oh my gosh, look at that.
Father's always on about the value of quiet feet.
Look at that whale carcass. That giant whale. Oh my goodness. Oh, up. What was he doing there? Was he checking his phone for text messages? Is that what he did? That's what it looked like. And
Get behind.
tap out. Tap out. All right. Sayonko.
That's my girl.
Steal Corvo's key. Ah,
Hear you or see you.
gotcha.
Didn't see anything at all.
Crouch down and approach
In the
from
words of
behind.
Corvo Atano, hidden like a secret, quiet as the sunset.
He's like, stop using my quotes on me. Ah, the good old trusty crossbow. My old friend.
The pistol will wake up everyone in the building. Your crossbow is quiet.
So L2 is the fire. Okay. Full on ammo. And got it.
Perfect shot.
Thank you. I may have already gotten rid of my rustiness from this game.
Time for some more weapons and combat training.
All right.
Let's beat each other up.
Oh yes,
shall we?
let's do that.
Yes. You hit home.
Defend yourself.
That's my daughter. When someone swings a sword at you, block.
R1 to block. Come on. Ah.
Good.
Come on, harder than that. Come on. Aha.
Well done.
There we go.
Very good.
That's the easy part.
Got a natural instinct.
Now
for
comes the
fighting.
more difficult blocking.
If you time your block right, you'll throw an enemy off
Yep.
balance.
Right as they're trying to swing it. There we go.
You're
Ah.
good.
Ah.
Block with your blade.
There we go. Block with your blade, not your body.
Smart move.
Ah.
Come on. You can choke an enemy
gotta get good
out,
timing
even
on
in
that.
combat.
Oh, really? That is wonderful. Ah.
Come on.
Oh, that is wonderful. I love that addition to the combat. That way you can keep up the non-lethal pacifist run.
When an enemy is off
That is
balance,
fantastic.
you can land a lethal counterattack.
A fatality.
Come on.
Yield.
I feel better knowing you can take care of
He got
yourself.
thrown to the back to the stairs there.
When trouble does finally come, you're ready to fight.
Thanks, Corvo. It's good to have my old buddy back. Chapter 1, A Long Day in Dunwall. Today marks the anniversary of the death of Empress Jessamine Caldwin, assassinated 15 years ago. Visitors from across the Empire of the Isles have journeyed to Dunwall Tower for the occasion. The smile on my face from being able to finally play this game, remembering how much I loved the first one, and now seeing the story continue like this, where we get to play as either our good old buddy Corvo, or to see now Emily, who has gone from the damsel in distress little girl, Empress that's been kidnapped, who we have to save, to now she is now become a full-on fighter, just like her dad. It's great. Jessamine.
Why do we celebrate the anniversary of an assassination? 15 years ago, in the middle of a plague that nearly destroyed Dunwall, a paid killer assaulted the palace where I was born and stabbed my mother in the heart. In the aftermath, the men who sent the assassin tried to use me as a pawn in a game of power. They would have succeeded, but my father, Corvo Attano, hunted them down and cut their conspiracy to pieces.
Yup.
All these years later, am I the ruler my mother wanted me
If
to
you
be?
want to see more on that, be sure to check out my
Now,
playthrough of the
we
first
face a new
Dishonored game, as well as the Dow
A monster
DLCs.
the papers are calling the Crown Killer has been picking off my enemies and dressing it up like my father and I are responsible.
The Crown Killer, huh? Interesting.
I don't know whether to get on a ship and sail to the opposite side of the world, or to have everyone around me executed.
Maybe in another separate, maybe off-camera playthrough, I'll have Emily do that. But this time around, Emily, we're gonna have you be the non-lethal pacifist. I'm gonna try to go for the don't kill anyone. It was really hard in the first game, But we'll see how I can do
Watch your
on my
step,
first run here in this
Majesty.
game, not knowing
I'm not looking forward to
the
all
game
the
like I did in the
ceremony
first
today.
one.
Your signet ring. There. You're ready.
Thank you, Alexei. Open the doors.
Open the doors for me. Thank you.
All hail Her Imperial Majesty, Emily Caldwell.
Well, you said that with such enthusiasm.
Loyal subjects, we're going
Very
through a
sarcastic.
difficult time.
All
Today we
hail
honor
the
my
Empress,
mother,
Jessamine,
the
you know,
late
Emily
Jessamine
Caldwell.
Caldwell. May her memory survive through the ages.
Emily,
You look tired, Father.
every year I think the anniversary of Jessamine's death will be easier, but it never is.
I'm glad they're establishing
wish
that
Mother was still the
Corvo
Empress.
loved
I
Jessamine.
don't think I'm very good at
Now,
this.
you
You're
know,
still
admitting
learning.
that they were, you
Don't
know.
worry about the
Mom and Dad
rabble-rousers,
to Emily.
and we'll catch the crown killer, eventually.
People are saying it's you. That these assassinations are a misguided effort to protect me.
No, someone's trying to make us look guilty by targeting your enemies.
Huh, why'd they move the
I wish I could just
tombstone
run away from
here?
all this.
As opposed to in
Sometimes
the
you do.
courtyard.
You think I don't know about your nights out on the rooftops? Courage. The ceremony will be over soon.
Royal Protector and Father. I should have passed a law against that combination of titles years ago.
Huh. Oh, Emily, he's just looking out for you. Kind of a toned-down throne
Majesty,
for an empress.
Before we begin the day's observances, we have an unexpected visitor, the Duke of Serkonos.
Ramsey says the Duke is bringing special gifts.
Really?
That's intriguing.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Duke of Serkonos.
What's with these mechanical robot things?
Mechanical soldiers? Amazing.
What is this, Ramsey? I didn't authorize
I
those
don't like
things.
those blades they have.
Your Imperial Majesty and Royal Protector Corvo Attano, a native of our homeland. Serkonos offers condolences on this sorrowful day, and gifts to remind you of our nation, the rising star on the southern horizon.
We thank you, Your Grace.
Save your thanks. For now, I give you the greatest gift of all, family. I present the lost sister of Jessamine Caldwell, your rightful empress, Delilah Caldwell.
Excuse me?
Impossible.
Wait,
My
Delilah?
mother had a sister.
I know that name.
My dearest niece.
Oh, yep, that's the
not true.
Delilah I think of.
My father was Emperor Yuhorn Jacob Caldwell, and Jessamine was my younger sister.
Uh-huh.
At the time of her death, I wasn't ready to make myself known to you, and I was forced to leave.
Check out the Dow DLC if you want to know about this Delilah.
If you really are my mother's sister, you're welcome to stay as long as you like.
It'll let you know what's really
Little
going on, especially if
sparrow,
you hear her
blackened
voice.
by bad memories. I'm here to relieve you of your
Notice how her
crown.
voice sounds
My father's
weird?
promise, whispered in secret so many years ago, is now
Like it's like
fulfilled.
as if she's
Tongue.
possessed.
Emily Caldwell is the daughter of Empress Jessamine Caldwell.
Royal Protector. How naive to think you could get away with these murders. Living in my palace has protected you, but that's over. Hear me, all of you. Your rightful empress has returned.
All hail the Empress Delilah,
Huh.
first of her name.
Wow.
Arrest Emily Caldwell and her father for the crown killer murder.
What?
Oh, Corvo. Oh! Ow! Hey!
Can't still my heart.
You see that? He stabbed her and yet she just was like, yeah, nice job. She took the mark! So many things are happening right now. Oh, they killed the maid. Alright, so now we get our choice here. Do we play as our girl Emily? Or as our boy Corvo? Legendary royal protector to the Empress and figure of infamy from the time of the Rat Plague. Ruler of the Empire of the Isles, trained in stealth and combat by her father Corvo Attano. So a lot of things happened in that sequence there that was like, you know, you kind of had to try and take in there. One thing, Corvo used his ability, so he still had the mark, And then he stabbed Delilah in the chest, and then she just pulled out like, yeah, guess what? That doesn't hurt me. Again, if you want to know what's going on, and I'm convinced of this, especially given that her name is Delilah, check out the Dowd DLC from the first game, and this should explain what I believe is going on. I'm not 100% sure that this is what's going on, but I'm pretty sure it has something to do with that. It's just too much of a convenience to think it's like, oh, it's not related. No, I believe it is related. So, yeah. As I said earlier, we're doing this first run as Emily. Are you sure you want to play as Emily? Yes, I am sure.
I will cast you in cold marble.
Corvo! No! Doing the Darth Vader. No!
Over time, you'll come to love me. Perhaps someday you'll see me as the mother you lost.
Oh, screw you,
But until
Delilah.
then, you'll be kept out of trouble.
I'll lock Lady Emily in her chambers, then I'll bring her to Cold's prison until her trial.
You just made the biggest mistake
My
of your
father lost
life.
it all when I was a boy, so now I wear this uniform, and I send 20-year-olds out to patrol the rose gardens instead of drinking with the men from the shooting club.
Okay, and that matters why?
Captain Ramsey, I heard shouting. Lady Emily, what happened?
Oh!
It'll be all Captain Mayhew.
Traitor.
No!
So that's the Royal Protector's fancy weapon. What kind of sword folds?
Oh, you did not just diss Corvo's sword. You did not just diss that sword. That sword is awesome. How dare you? The one captain who was, like, still loyal to Emily. And she's already been stabbed.
There's a legend in the Tower Guard about the Empress's last resort, a safe room inside your chambers holding enough gold to buy a good-sized...
Don't tell me that's what this is about.
They say that this ring is one of the only 2 keys to exist.
Is that what you're in this for? Really? Oh, I'm coming for you, pal. I'm coming for you.
What happened? Alexei. The throne room. Father. Nothing I can do alone. I need to get out of here.
Ah.
Sir, how long is it going to take, Captain Ramsey?
Alright, so let me try and get familiar with the stuff here. I see. So we've got objectives. Escape from the Imperial Chambers. Mission clues, yep. Mission items. Kind of a very familiar menu interface here from the first game. The good old bone charms. Again, I apologize for my throat being all phlegmy right now. I'm trying to battle it. You know, it's that time of year, so. Ooh, lore and maps. I love that they're acknowledging that, oh yeah, we understand. There are those of you that actually love the lore. Yeah, we'll provide a separate section for that. I know Jesse Cox is going to love that. Oh, a travel log. New year. We're starting a new year. Maybe 1852 will be less boring than 1851. I can't wait for Wyman to get back to Dunwall. We'll go to the abandoned mansion I discovered the other night at the edge of Redshore. Maybe I'll have time to turn it into a scary haunted house beforehand, using sheets and hiding an old audiograph upstairs. Wyman would love that. We'll get spooked and hold hands, screaming and laughing. Come on, Emily, you promised to be more serious and to listen at court, and you're already planning your next escape. Let's start this diary again. Proposals for a new decree on whale rationing and distribution. The anniversary. That time of year again. The anniversary of my mother's death. There's no real time for reflection, though. It's all security protocols, menus, guest lists, and it's impossible to slip out at night. I feel like a caged bird. They've already got me memorizing this year's speech. It's endless. Would it be so terrible if I just said what I remember about her? That wink she gave me even as she was scolding me after I was caught climbing the statue of my grandfather, the sound of her footsteps as she paced at night, the time we shared a cabin on a boat trip to Driscoll, or the time she agreed to let Corvo teach me to fish, but then had to pull a hook from my arm. Now that would be a speech. I agree. That would be a great speech. That's a shame they're not going to let her do stuff like that. Boring.
Hold your horses, Corporal. Dial.
So that was the regular in-game menu. Ah, here's the pause menu. Oh, look at that. Mission 1, playthrough 1. 10 minutes long. So they're even saying, oh yeah, oh look at that, they've added quick save and quick load. Oh, that's wonderful. So I can make a manual save. So I'm curious, do I then have to R2 to quick? Oh, hold here to quick save. I see.
What he's doing. The man's moving up in the world. He's old blood. One of the good families. Now that he's helped the rightful Empress take the throne, Ramses are going to be back in fashion in Dunwall. He'd be smart to remember that.
That's what this is about? His family is...
These bastards are working with Ramsay and the Duke of Serkonos.
So Ramsay is in this because he feels like his family is, like, cheated or something? Well, that's just stupid.
Should I just spin it and pick a place to hide for a while?
I love...
I need time.
I love that she's commenting on things I'm doing. Ooh, a letter from Tivian Trade Commission. Our most esteemed Empress, as you know, freight from Serkonos bound for Tivia is now routinely set upon by pirates or spoiled with bloodflies. In addition to the loss of Tivian lives by... be they crew, dock workers, or shopkeepers, there is the material cost of the cargo itself, which can barely be calculated. If things continue unchecked, we'll be forced to cease trading with Serkonos, and perhaps to even embargo ships from the southernmost isle altogether. But this need not come to pass. The Trade Commission is a reasonable body, and has already considered remedies to ameliorate the situation. We seek the following. Number 1, independent qualified inspectors at all ports. Number 2, patrols to defend against pirates and smugglers. Number 3, compensation for the previous and future losses. It is this list of remedies that I wish to discuss with you in person at the earliest possible opportunity. So far, your staff have resisted our efforts to establish a definitive time for negotiation. Prompt them to action, Majesty, for we are eager to travel to Dunwall. Until we can sit down and discuss this in a civilized fashion, I send you our best. Demian Shurigan, Principal, Tivian Trade Commission. Ooh, fruit. Nom 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 nom. Nom 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 nom. Grandfather clock.
I used to hide frogs in this old grandfather clock to drive the housekeepers mad. I thought life was complicated back then.
Letter from Advisor Helmswater. Empress, we face yet another murder, and I cannot remain silent on this matter. Strange, is it not, that all the victims have openly opposed you? If not strange, then oh, so very convenient. Is there anything you wish to tell me, Majesty? How can I be an advisor if you don't include me in these most sensitive of endeavors? I feel I must be the only person in Dunwall who doesn't know the truth about the Crown Killer. Don't leave me out in the cold. I remain your trusted servant and advisor, Leonora Helmswater. Ship launch protocol. Empress, after the Royal Protector's shakedown cruise, we'll launch the ISS Jessamine Caldwin. Oh, they named a ship after her. Just before the anniversary of your mother's passing, pending your approval, of course. On the platform, we'll have a bottle of King Street brandy tied to a long tether that you will release to swing out against the hull. What you say during the ceremony is, of course, up to you, but here are some ideas intended to serve as food for thought. May a brisk wind hurry you to shores near and far and fair. May you shelter your crew from the perils of the terrible ocean. May you always sail for Bristol, true of heart, and homeward bound. Yours faithfully, Advisor Wainwright. Anything else here I can check out? Look at? Read? Oh. Schedule for Middlesong's Eve. Empress, presented for your approval the schedule for Middlesong's Eve. Morning meal with Tivian Trade Commission. Presentation from the research vessel Loblolly Swift. Loblolly? I don't know how to pronounce that. Just returned from newly rediscovered island chain off Pandician continent. Midday meal with dignitaries from Morley, who will present you with a gift in exchange for your attention to their complaints. Dedication and speech for New Wing at the infirmary home for aged seafarers. Meeting with advisors on the issue of bloodflies in the south. Evening meal with Lord Corvo at his request. Eric Plainstow, scheduling secretary. Got a secretary having to make her schedule. Yeesh. Typewriter. Type. It's like an old typewriter. Very cute. Out the window.
How many times have I looked at that sky?
My gosh.
It feels like everything just changed.
Huh. Man. The artistic style is a little different, but kudos to the designers. You know, looks fantastic. Looks great. The jump that this game has made from what it was when it first came out, I mean the first game, to this one now is just fantastic. Alexei!
Delilah is some sort of witch. How is this possible?
Lady Emily, you're all right. Where's the Royal Protector?
Poor Alexei.
There's a coup underway. My father is... he's imprisoned, for lack of a better word.
You've got to get out of the tower. Through your safe room. There was a captain earlier today, down at the docks, looking for the Royal Protector. Find her. Get out of Dunwall.
Alexei, I'm sorry. Goodbye.
Sorry, Alexei. New mission clue. A new captain who goes by the name of Megan Foster arrived in Dunwall. She is looking for Corvo. Maybe she can help you. Ah, these are all the things I collected. Okay. Open the safe room. Eliminate Mortimer Ramsey. Ah, the safe room.
This won't open without my ring. Ramsey has it.
So, of course, I now need to go find Ramsey to get my ring back. Anything in here that I can loot? Ah, pouch. Money. Close those. There we go. Alright, so it looks like we gotta go find us Ramsey, and we will be doing that when we come back. Stay tuned.